Everybody. I'd just like to take the opportunity before we start just to reiterate the statement that the club put out yesterday, which is that Chelsea Football Club notes and respects today's decision by the Football Association regarding John Terry. We also recognise that John has the right to appeal that decision. It is therefore inappropriate for us to comment further on the matter at this time. I hope you all appreciate that that has been our consistent policy throughout this issue, that we haven't commented on it. And while there is a process still ongoing, we will not comment on it. So I would ask that I know you will have questions about John Terry and the decision that came down yesterday, but we ask you to respect the club's position that we don't do anything or say anything that could prejudice the outcome of an appeal should an appeal process start. With that, Andy, do you want to start?
Roberto, did John train in London today?
Yes, he did, yes. He trained.
Did you speak to him before training, or have you spoken to him today to gauge his frame of mind in terms of playing football?
Yes, of course.
And are you happy with that conversation and outcome?
Yes, of course. I've spoken to him, and I do on a regular basis with my players, and he's available for the game tomorrow.
Will you play him?
I'm not going to tell you my team, but he's available.
There's a policy at the club for home games for fans who use racist language, which I believe is a life ban. Is there any sort of club policy for players or staff who use racist language?
I think Andy will avoid that one on the basis of my opening statement. I think that gets into hypotheticals, and I think gets us looking forward to after an appeals process. We're not going to do that.
Roberto, are you happy with the process in terms of how long it's taken and how long this issue has dragged out, and the fact that it could be at least another 3 weeks?
Well, it's taken a long time, and the only thing we can do is just wait and see what happens. I think everybody would have liked it to be a bit quicker.
Is John's position as captain under consideration?
Again,
that's a question. Right?
Yeah, we're not going to go into that, Andy. Again.
Does he remain as captain? If he plays this weekend, will he wear the armband? It's a football question.
He's going to be available, and from our point of view, there is no changes.
In terms of the game this weekend, is there any chance that anything could provoke John into losing his cool in this game, or does he have to be careful in terms of how he handles himself if he plays?
No, he's a professional player, and he's a senior player as well. He's played many games, and he's got all the experience in the world to be able to deal with a big game that we're playing. Once
the appeals process is done with, is it important that the club come out with something that doesn't condone anything that's happened in terms of using racist language, which was admitted in court? Is it important that the club gets the tone right, which maybe hasn't happened in previous cases?
I think I'll answer that. I think again we're looking ahead to after a possible appeals process, and I think you can look at Chelsea's policy towards discriminatory behaviour and actions, and you'll see that we've been consistent throughout. We've always given a strong message on this. It is consistent. But as far as looking beyond a possible appeals process, and it's not something we can comment on.